you think there is a point where a man should be obligated to pay bills. Not until they live together. And you're not
zoomed in.
It did it perfect.
Oh man.
Well, because you said
I didn't say anything, so it's like hello. So no, I mean honestly, it goes back to what bills. I guess that's my answer to it, which is
well, when I say bills, because okay, so me getting my nails done is not a bill.
Because that's what most girls would say.
That is okay. So we talked about the bills that I talked about that we've talked about are your house bills, your car note, your necessities.
Yes.
Okay. So then so we'll ask that question. At what point should a man pay for nails, hair, pedicure, spa day, outfit, whatever?
Non-necessities.
At what point should a man pay for that? No. Or should a man ever have to pay for that?
If the should is involved, I might say birthday. And that's after you've been committed for at least.
So I can't get a boyfriend in June and then expect for him to pay for my birthday in July?
No.
Dang it.
unless he, wants to show his cards all the way. I mean, that's different.
Oh, when he's the one that wants it? When he wants to do it?
Yeah. I like that. That's a good answer.
No. So I agree with her on that. Well, if you're married and she's not working, at that point that should be a part of your budget. Okay? If you can afford it. If you can afford it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
if you're married.
If you're married and she's not working, that should if you can afford it.
She's doing everything else house related.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
Okay, that should be a part of your budget.
Yeah,
okay?
It's lifestyle.
Right, exactly. Like, I'm sure let's say he got shoes and he wants to spend $1,000 on shoes a month.
Jesus Christ.
You can't spend, $400 a month on my nails, get them done every 2 weeks, roughly, and you're spending $1,000 on shoes. I know people, okay?
Really?
You got hats. Oof. You spend, $300-$400 on hats a month, whatever your color, you got cars and you're spending, how much do you spend on cars a month, Tokyo?
Yeah, so
when you have your car up and going,
thing. You're more so spending money on like entry fees to go to events.
Okay, and how much?
Well, an average entry fee is like maybe $150. Well, at least
when he likes the nails, like when he likes them, yeah, that's fair too.
Yes.
You say entry, yeah, but how much?
So I mean, like an entry fee if you're going to a drift event or something like that. Because here's the truth, guys. I'm gonna break it down, get a little car real quick. If you're a street racer, you're constantly spending money on parts. It's a lifestyle, but the car is making you money. It's making you a social media, if you're leveraging these attention moments, right? The car is a brand. It is a lifestyle. You got to be faster than the next guy. You're going to events. You're winning trophies. It's a lifestyle, right? Drifting, you set the car up one time and then you go and the car is an investment. Absolutely. So like, drifting, you go and you set the car up one time, then you're spending money on tires and entry fees. That's about it. Unless you break something, then you're replacing that. But for the most part, if you're a good driver and nobody crashes into you, you don't spin out, then you're only spending money really on entry fees. And if you want to go and do competition, you can.
Okay, so roughly monthly.
I've been out the game for a while, but let's say 300.
300?
Yeah.
Okay. Before inflation. So we're looking at 500 now. He's been out for a while.
Yeah.
So 500 a month. Okay, so that's my point. And let's say you have...
And here's the reason why I brought that up that way is because the cars are a lifestyle. And as she said, it's an investment. Mm-hmm. You're winning a trophy. You're building a social media account. Unless that woman is putting her fingers on TikTok or OnlyFans, you don't really need to have to get your nails done. It's not really part of the... But
do you know how bad it would look if I didn't do my nails before you got here?
Yes, it'd be normal. I've seen your nails without they're clean.
Okay, because they are clean, and I do try to take care of them.
You have commercial hands. You realize
I don't know if I have commercial hands, but they're decent. They are very dainty. I have feet 365 days of the year. So I like to have my toes done 365 days of the year. I don't want to stop for winter. I don't want to,
Interesting.
Look, I might not shave in the winter, my legs, but like my feet, My man is going to see my feet, and he's going to want to see nice feet. He's not going to want crusty feet. He's not going to want my feet all doing the little foot thing on him, and then he's like feeling something like a hangnail. No, we're not doing that. Okay, so that is for him. Now, again, like I said,
Fair.
if he can afford it, if I'm not working, I get sometimes you can't have luxuries, and that's a luxury. And so is a car thing. That's a luxury. I work with a lot of guys who collect guns. Basically, they have gun parts. They're always building. They're doing whatever. Again, that's a luxury if you can afford it. Then, if I'm not working and you're working and you can afford it, and we're married, that is when I think you pay for my nails and my hair and my whatever else that I have to do. Those things. Other than that, I don't think a man is really ever obligated to pay for, even for a birthday. Like, I think he's obligated to get her something or do something nice for her. I wouldn't say he's obligated to get her feet and nails done per se. It's really nice for him, and I think that's generous for him. But I think in general, the bills that I'm talking about are necessities. Mm-hmm. I think when you're married, he's responsible for them.
Yep.
If he can pay them all, why not have a joint account? Have a joint account because you still need your own spending accounts. So you're not touching. And what you do is you have like your joint account is for your bills, right? And it's also for, okay, if you need gas, you get it from the joint account. Just you'll have enough if you both put your money in. I mean, depending, but more than likely. Okay, you go to grocery store with the joint account, you know. Now, spending money is for, I like to go out to a nice dinner, whether or not you're with me. Okay, you know I'll go out by myself. I date myself. Okay, maybe a little girls' night, me and Kiki going out, you know, something like that. Or, I like to, Or what?
Sometimes you like to go out with your
Oh, Wesley?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Wesley counts. He counts. Wesley's amazing, guys. And again, when I edit this, Wesley will be right here. So, anyways. God dang it. Anyways.
That goatee is what really bothers me now.
It's a beard.
Oh.
It's just because his face is just 2D, okay? You can't. It's been a beard. It's a long. Okay. It's bushy. It's probably like your size.
Really? I'm about to go back to your snaps and look.
I think it's your size. It's just orange.
Okay. Oh, is he orange now? I thought it was yellow.
Are you colorblind?
No.
Because he's always been. Well, he was like different colors at the very beginning, but then when I picked orange because you could see it on pretty much every background.
Okay.
Before I was going back and forth, black, white, whatever, just so he would show up on the background. And I realized orange works like all the time. So, yeah. Anyways, so in conclusion, men should eventually pay bills. Modern or traditionally.
Yes.
Men should be responsible. As long as you are in a committed relationship living together.
Yes.
That is the...
And these are bills, not lifestyles.
Yes.
Specify.
Lifestyles are more for your married and if you can't afford it and she's not working.
Boom. There you go.
Because otherwise I probably have, my own money for that. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest.
As you should.
And it's fine. Like I said, again, if he wants to, he can do whatever he wants. Okay. That's why you marry a generous man and not a rich man. Don't focus on the amount of money he has, but the amount he's willing to spend. But also making sure that he's good with money and his bills are paid. Because you don't want a man that's bad with money. So
No, you definitely don't.
Final thoughts?
When sharing becomes caring or a burden.
Oh, talking about okay, so bills. When it's a caring thing or a burden, I see the question too. So when sharing becomes caring or a burden. So if paying for your bills.
Well, and that's, I guess, really.
Is it caring or a burden?
I might have been touching on that earlier with my opinion on a joint account, right? Because to me, sharing joint account, is that caring or is it a burden? To me, it's a burden because of the conversations it surrounds, the conversations that surround it. versus it being caring. I think it's caring if, if it's a 50-50 situation, it's a modern relationship. Maybe both parties both work at Walmart and they fell in love and got together, right? And so, that joint account is so that they can make it because their studio apartment is $1,500 a month, and they exist, so. And that's fair. You're working at Walmart, you're bringing in 300, a week after taxes.
Okay, you need to find a different place to live. Okay, I'm just saying, like, you can't afford to live there. You need to find a different place to live.
Yeah. Maybe that's low. Okay. Maybe, you make it 600 after taxes, and that's still bad, but, a week.
Because that's 1,200 every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And then your rent is still more than 50% of your income. Yeah, that's bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's only $2,400 a month, mm-hmm. and that only gives you $900 left for your bills. Yeah, that's really bad. Mm. So yeah, no, they still need to move. Yeah, even still, you need to move. If that's you need to move.
So yeah, at that point, I might shift that towards caring. But when, or what differentiates it, I think it's the nuanced narrative of the relationship dynamic.
Okay, what do you mean when you said that?
So, this camera's doing good today.
It is. It's doing great. Man.
So, the nuanced dynamic of the relationship is where that relationship is and how it formulated and where they're at, right? And the people involved would dictate where it becomes a burden or if it's a caring situation, because the burden for me is where that conversation hampers the ability to enjoy and be organic in a relationship.
And see, I don't think it's the conversation. I actually think that the burden would be more so what we had talked about just a little bit ago, saying, if his money is paying all the bills and then that's it, that's a burden. If all you can afford is all the bills, whether that includes your phone bill and car note too, I'm whatever, but essentially all the bills, and you have no money to go out as a woman. Now, me personally, I would appreciate that. I'm a little different or whatever. I would appreciate, you paid everything. I got you. When we go out to eat, I got you, but some women won't feel that way. They'll feel like, oh, you can't pay to eat either. You can't. So at that point, him paying all the bills is a burden. And that's where they might need to look at a 50-50 relationship. Right. Because every couple cannot live off of one income or even one majority income, right? Like you can't. So how do we split the money then? In what way, and what money is my money? What does my money go to? And you still have to sit down and have those uncomfortable conversations, those burdensome conversations. Regardless if you are with somebody, you have to have the same conversations, period. You have to know what your person is into: cars, guns, shoes, hats, nails, eating out, trips. You have to know what your person likes, right? Because you have to know if that's something that is going to affect you. Yep. And so that's the only time I think that it becomes a burden.
Let's bring up something that's pretty modern that most people, you and I are both sober. So well.
That's true. You can have direct deposit split into multiple accounts, so you don't even have to do that. Huh? So you can, you can do like.
I didn't know that.
So it depends on your job. My job used to do it, but now they can't. My day job, I can do that. I can do 2 accounts. So I could do like maybe my account and then maybe 50% of my paycheck. So I keep 50%. And so even if we make a different amount of money, we're still just keeping 50% of our income. And then whatever's in there is what can pay for the bills, because that's kind of smart in the sense that even though we might not be 50-50 on bills, let's say the bills are $1,000. We might not pay 500. Right. It might be 6 and 4. Right. But we're doing 50-50 with what we have. Right. And then our lifestyle is going to be based off of that. My lifestyle income is based off of that. Your lifestyle is based off of, whatever. And there's still another form of 50-50. And sometimes, what you don't have, I have now. And then it still can be, something
it balances out. Yeah. That's fair.
So you can do something like that too. So I feel like we're done now.
Yeah.
I feel like we just ended it.
Yeah, like that's good. I mean, audience, what questions do you have? If you have any questions, other words, we'll comment, and obviously we'll get to them as we get to them.
Yes. Stay tuned.
Please stay tuned.
When we have our, could or would you stay friends with an abusive, cheating man or woman?
Coming up.
That will be our next topic of conversation. We need to think of a cool catchphrase to be like, and we'll swallow next purple pill. No, we can't say that. That's.
What did you say? 12? What did she say?
I said swallow the next purple pill. I don't think we should be anyway. We gotta think of a catchy phrase. If anyone has a catchy phrase, please let us know. And tune in.